Welcome. Scott here. Today I bring you another guide on Black Clover Mobile. In this video, I will be covering on the game's new update feature, Mage Transcendence. With Mage Transcendence, you are able to bring your mages to level 125 with additional passives. Because of this, some of the mages' long-term value will appreciate. You can also transcend R and SR grade mages. But as these materials are rare, in this video I will be covering solely on SSR initial grade mages. For every 5 levels of Transcendence, you will get an potential power boost. To unlock each level of Transcendence, you will need to use upgrade materials called Pendant of Transcendence. To unlock level 105, you will need 1 Pendant of Transcendence. To unlock level 110, you will need 2 Pendants of Transcendence. To unlock level 115, you will need 3 Pendants of Transcendence. To unlock level 120, you will need 4 Pendants of Transcendence. To unlock level 125, you will need 5 Pendants of Transcendence. So, to bring a mage to level 125, you need a total of 15 Pendants of Transcendence. Similar to how you level up your mages, you need to use Yule and experience materials. Experience materials can be farmed at the normal challenge stage, Evergreen Forest, or buy from the shop. You can find the amount of experience materials and Yule needed to transcend a mage on the table shown on the screen. As for Pendants of Transcendence, I will cover it on the subsequent slides. So what benefits does my mages get with Mage Transcendence? Well, the impact is actually quite huge. Upon transcending, your mages will gain significant boost to their battle power and bulking up their HP pools. Let me go through what you can generally expect with each 5 levels. For level 105 and level 110, you will get HP boost between 10k to 20k. Mages with mechanics that scales off the unit's own HP will have 10k HP boost instead of 20k. This applies to our HP based healers such as Swimsuit Charmy, Kahano, Party Mimosa, Witch Queen, and our famous supporter mage, Ceremony Charlotte. For level 115, the mage will get either damage resistance plus 10% or accuracy boost plus 10%. For level 120, the mage will get plus 2 to their speed stats. For level 125, the mage will get their own special bonus. The special bonus will differ from mages to mages. Most of the mages will usually get stats boost like HP plus 10,000, defense plus 1000, and accuracy plus 15% or damage resistance plus 15%. The starter batch of mages will get boost to farming Yule and gear like boosting the drops by 20%. The last batch is that they will upgrade the mage's kit. Let me give you some examples. With his level 125 Transcendence, Ceremony Yami's extra attack won't reset back to 0 after he uses his special. With his level 125 Transcendence, Clover Academy Asta will gain extra turn upon using his skill 2. With her level 125 Transcendence, Party Mimosa will get her passive heal that will grant every party members a HP recovery that equates to 15% of her max HP. The passive heal will activate when she takes her turn. Before I proceed on what are the means to get the Pendant of Transcendence, let me showcase how the Transcendence work in action.
There are lots of awesome people.
This feeling, who knew magic could be so liberating?
The way that Mage Transcendence works is different from JP. Instead of using mage pieces, we have to use special upgrade materials called Pendant of Transcendence. As part of the initiation of Mage Transcendence, we will be awarded a chest containing 15 Pendant of Transcendence. To claim the chest, there is a prerequisite that you need to clear Chapter 3 Episode 5. We can actually farm Pendant of Transcendence as an ultra-rare drop from Evergreen Forest, City District, or Ice Cavern stages. However, we have players reported that they got not even a single Transcendence Pendant despite spending beyond 10,000 stamina. In short, to reliably get these materials, we need to get it via limited time events. Currently, there is a secret agent event where you can buy a Pendant of Transcendence for 650 secret watch and 875 secret lipstick, limited to 5 pendants per week. We have 3 weeks to claim the materials. Thus make sure you grind the event stages for the exchange materials. I will be covering more on the event in the subsequent slide. There is also a normal challenge burning time where we will get 15 Transcendence Mage by completing 300 normal challenge stages. A quick tip to clear this fast is use skip tickets on Evergreen Forest. We can buy 500 skip tickets for the price of 5 million Yul at the Yul exchange shop. However, you need to ensure you have sufficient stamina before you uses the tickets. To grind stage 15 of Evergreen Forest 300 times, you need 2100 stamina. Currently we have half stamina buff event ongoing that result the stage consumes 7 stamina instead of the usual 14 stamina per attempt. Due to the compliant made by the players on how it is to get the Transcendence materials, we have gotten 5 Pendant of Transcendence as compensation. It is also announced we will get 15 more Pendant of Transcendence for 1,500 challenge runs, where we will get 1 Pendant of Transcendence for every 100 normal challenge runs we do. It is unsure whether half stamina event will be accompanying the event when the burning time is ongoing. If you have ample of black crystal to spare, you can also buy them with black crystals under the general section of the shop for 800 black crystal for 1 Pendant of Transcendence, limited to 30 for this month. It is unsure whether this will be repeated on a monthly basis. To buy 15 Pendant of Transcendence, you need to spend 12,000 black crystals. To get 30 Pendant of Transcendence, you need to spend 24,000 black crystals. I personally won't recommend this option for free-to-play players, as you need save up black crystals to fund pulls for future units. So in short, you can level 4 mages to level 125 with the ongoing events. If you are buying the Pendant of Transcendence from the shop, you will be able to rank up 1 or 2 mages, assuming you buy 15 or 30 more Transcendence materials. Now let me cover briefly on the event, Secret Agent event. Generally, you need to play through easy and hard mode with 12 stages for each mode. For each stages they will drop event token along with secret lipstick or secret watch tokens. The amount of drops are indicated on the table found on the right of the screen. To boost the drop rates, you can use boosted mages to grind the tokens. You can use either Swimsuit Yuno or SR Yuno. You can use either Secret Agent Vanessa or SR Vanessa. You can use either Secret Agent Zara or Zara. There are event missions for you to complete. Here are the key rewards. Upon clearing 12 missions, you will get 500,000 Yul. Upon clearing 25 missions, you will get 20 gear summon tickets. Upon clearing 40 missions you will get 3 skill upgrade chests. Upon clearing 50 missions, you will get a Swimsuit Yuno skill page. Upon clearing 60 missions, you will get 10 bond summon tickets. Concurrently running with the event, there is a event pass where you can spend 2,000 black crystals to unlock the premium rewards. Depending on whether you are able to clear and how much black crystals you have saved up, it will be up to you whether you want to buy the pass. Don't buy the pass if you don't foresee you able to reach the total event points needed. Personally, I have bought the passes for both my accounts, as the premium reward contain legendary enchantment stones for gear and accessories which will help in boosting my mage's power. If you are running budget setup, i.e. not planning to pull on the banner, You can use SR Vanessa and SR Yuno. Use your standards team to clear the stages if you have difficulty in clearing the stages with them. After completing the initial clear, you can use them in dispatch or skip tickets attempts. Please also do note that clearing the secret agent event doesn't count the normal challenge burning time. As the Transcendence pendants are limited resources, let me proceed with my recommendations on who you should target to transcend first. Before I continue to further elaborate on the mages that you should target for Transcendence, here are some caveats to it. It doesn't mean that you definitely need to transcend the mages as per my recommendations. You can go with whatever mages you like as you are the one who is playing the game. I am just providing the information on generally why players will probably make the choice. So how impactful is Mage Transcendence for the game? In general, Mage Transcendence will boost most of the mage's HP pool. You will get 40k HP boost for the level 105 and 110 level Transcendence. For most mages who don't have special mechanics, they will get another 10k HP boost at level 125. In short, level 125 will make the mages more tankier. Unless you have overpowered gear sets, it will be harder to one-shot your opponent if you have similar battle power. At base level without any gear, Clover Academy Fuego Leon has 45k HP. With level 125 Transcendence, his HP will be boosted to 95k with 40k from level 105 and 110 and the last 10k from level 125. At level 120, your mage will also gain +2 speed. Speed will play a deciding factor for PvP as usually the first turn unit will get an advantage. In short, Transcendence is more vital for PvP than PvE. In general, Mage Transcendence will certainly help your units to perform better. With the briefing done, let me proceed with the mages that you should target to transcend first. On the screen, you can see the 3 Queen of SP refill utility and the new mage that has just been released in Global. Let me go through briefly their kits and the reasons why they are worthy of getting those limited Transcendence pendants first. Despite being released in Season 5, Ceremony Charlotte is still one of the game's best seasonal mages. She offers damage mitigation with her special and barrier buff to the highest all-attack mage in your party, provided you have her at LR +2 or level 2 enhancements. The barrier will scales off her HP. Her skill 1 and skill 2 can refill your party mage's SP. Her skill 2 can block debuff immunity and status ailment if you have her skill page. Her combo attack will give the partner mage a barrier buff. Generally, she holds the keys to the meta PvP setups and will most likely be the first mage you will think of unless you building a non-green mono team comp. Her Transcendence will give 30k HP boost and +2 speed that allows her to set up her mitigation buffs. The next mage is another all-rounder mage, Valkyrie Armor Noelle. She needs to be deployed in a Soul Defender team comp. In other words, you cannot use her with Black Asta or Mirioliana. She has a Sea Dragon stacks mechanic that she gains upon received damage. She can get up to 4 stacks. With 4 stacks, you can remove immortality and her special damage will be boosted by the number of stacks that she has. She will release the stacks whenever she attacks with skill 1 or special. Her combo attack will give the partner the ability to remove invulnerability. You can actually pair her with a powerful attacker mage to remove an opposition attacker mage with the combo attack. Her skill 2 gives the party the absolute territory buff which grants status ailment immunity and 3 SP regen along with reduced damage buff. Her skill 1 gives the highest all attack damage reduction buff. If you want to use her effectively in PvP, she needs her max enhancements which gives her the potent mobility boost that will allows her to act first most of the times. She will also become immune to taunt. The next mage is our healer mage, Party Mimosa, who receive a massive upgrade and make her one of the highest value mages for level 125 Transcendence. Without her Transcendence, Mimosa can only heal with her skill 1 or skill 2 and the healing are primarily single target. Her skill 2 can remove all types of continuous healing with granting the unit defense penetration buff. Her combo attack will grant the partner mage plus 3 SP buff. Her special will resurrect a fallen ally. With her level 125 Transcendence, Mimosa will unlock her passive heals where she will grant a HP recovery that scales off 15% of her max HP to the party whenever she takes her turn. Please do note that passive heal will bypass HP recovery immunity mechanics. If you have her at LR plus 2, she will grant the party plus 1 SP whenever she takes her turn. If you have her at max enhancements, she will heal all the party members back to full health upon getting KO. The last mage is our global first mage, Secret Agent Vanessa. If deployed in a rainbow team comp, she will inflict total silence on the first turn. In other words, all opposition won't be able to use their special or skill 2 on their first turn. Her skill 1 will reduce a target SP by 3. Her skill 2 will inflict 2 turn silence along with 60% mobility drain with her skill page. Her special will inflict disarm, mobility depletion which drains all of the target's stamina and grants herself 2 turn protection which prevent her from getting targeted. Her combo attack will drains the target 30% of their mobility. Mobility drain is very useful in preventing opposition from getting turns. To handle mobility drain, people can make use of the total defense buffers with resolution support talent combination. Her LR plus 2 passive will drain 8 SP when the battle turn meter reaches 30 turns. As we are in the early stages of Transcendence, we probably won't see battles go beyond 30 turns often. However, when everyone has a full PvP team comp of transcended mages, the likelihood will be more possible unless the PvP opponents have a big battle power gap. Ceremony Magna is a burn attacker. He can inflict multiple stacks of burn throughout his skills. His skill page give his skill 2 HP recovery block debuff. His special will do more damage based on the number of burn stacks present on the turn. If you kill the target, he will get an extra turn. The ability also removes the target's barrier. His combo attack will allows him to remove barrier buff. His LR plus 2 enhancements allows him to inflict a guaranteed stun status ailment whenever he attacks the target that has been inflicted with burn. His max enhancements prevent him from getting stun status ailment. His skill page is important for him since it will give him a potent 40% speed buff when he attacks a burn target. To ensure that speed buff procs, his skill pages need max investment. With his level 125 Transcendence, Magna will almost double his HP pool while gaining immortality buff when his HP drop to 30%. That's all for the notable mages. Now let's proceed with the general categories. The next batch is a series of attacker mage. The upcoming festival mage Black Divider Asta will also fall into this category. However, at this point in time, the unit is not released in global, so I won't cover his kit in this video. In order for these mages to be overpowered, you need heavy investments in their skill page other than getting them to max enhancements. Yes, these are very costly mages to build. But they will make sure that they are worthy of the investment if you have invested heavily in them. Of course, you will still give them strong gear sets for them to function. Spirit Dive need his max enhancement to double up his offensive potencies of Wind Spirit Blessing and allow him to get the important invulnerability buff whenever he use his special for his Spirit Dive buff. His skill 1 is a single target to drains the target mobility while granting a speed buff. His skill 2 will deal AoE damage with barrier block with 50% mobility drain. If you have his Spirit Dive buff, he will apply a turn silence on the target. If you have his skill page, he will apply barrier immunity. His combo attack will remove the target's immortality buff. As you probably will want to continue spamming his special, you won't use the combo attack during his turn and use it during his partner mage's turn. As SP refill economy is vital, you need to have a max enhancements on his skill page. At max enhancements, his skill page will give him plus 3 SP whenever he attacks while Spirit Dive is active. For Spirit Dive to be usable at his optimal efficiency, you need to use a SP refiller mage's support that I have mentioned earlier. It is also worth noting Spirit Dive is good for getting good scores at world boss events and wanted missions that need heavy AoE attacks. He is one of the few rare mages who won't get affected by Secret Agent Vanessa's first turn Total Silence passive. Julius, our first festival mage, has received a great power up via his second skill page. Yes. He will be the second mage in the game to have another skill page. However, in JP, the skill page can be only gotten via premium black crystals via the skill page setup banner. The skill page enhances his skill 2 like his original skill page, but the key difference is the powerful skill page passive. For every 10 speed stat that Julius have on him, he will gain 15% increased damage boost. Julius is one of the game fastest mages. He can really hit for significant damage with this skill page when you pair him with speed up supporters like William or Clover Academy Rill. His skill 1 is a single target attack that inflicts mobility drain if it lands a critical damage. His skill 2 is an AoE attack that inflicts mobility depletion on the designated target while have 50% chance of draining the other's mobility by 50%. His special is a single target that can inflict a guaranteed stun. His LR passive give him his unique buff, time accumulation, which makes Julius more stronger the longer he stays on the battlefield. His LR plus 2 will resurrect him once he is KO. The difference between LR plus 2 and LR plus 5 is the amount of HP that Julius gets upon his resurrection. Secret Agent Zara is our first chaos attacker and he hits for favored damage throughout his skills. The potencies of the favored damage buff will increase depending on the skill's level. His skill 1 will fill his SP to max. His skill 2 will give him self-protection buff for 2 turns and invulnerability buff if you have his skill page. His special will give him an extra turn if he kills the target. His skill page will give him extra damage boost if protection buff is active on him. This is vital for him to be able to kill off Harmony mages. You probably need the skill page at least level 5 for him to be a scary attacker that he can be. His enhancements passives will further boost his damage potencies depending on number of enemies on the field and number of fallen allies. Similar to other chaos attacker, he needs to be deployed in a rainbow team for the starting invulnerability and taunt immunity buff. Ceremony Magna is a burn attacker. He can inflict multiple stacks of burn throughout his skills. His skill page give his skill 2 HP recovery block debuff. His special will do more damage based on the number of burn stacks present on the turn. If you kill the target, he will get an extra turn. The ability also removes the target's barrier. His combo attack will allows him to remove barrier buff. His LR plus 2 enhancements allows him to inflict a guaranteed stun status ailment whenever he attacks the target that has been inflicted with burn. His max enhancements prevent him from getting stun status ailment. His skill page is important for him since it will give him a potent 40% speed buff when he attacks a burn target. To ensure that speed buff procs, his skill pages need max investment. With his level 125 Transcendence, Magna will almost double his HP pool while gaining immortality buff when his HP drop to 30%. That's all for the notable mages. Now let's proceed with the general categories. Certain mages will unlock quality of life enhancements such as boosting gear drop rate or Yul boost. You can stack the effects. In other words, if you level 4 such mages to level 125 Transcendence, you can boost your gear drop by a whooping 80%. Despite the awesome benefit, I won't recommend you to do that since Transcendence materials are limited resource. It is still good to get one of them. My top 3 personal recommendations will be either William, Lotus, or Rill. William will go back to the PvP meta when Julia's second skill page debut. For him to do that role, he needs his max enhancement along with a max support talent with speed engraved stone. If you are still relatively new to the game, you can make use of the mage piece selection chest that you get from upon reaching reputation level 4 from each worlds. Lotus is ever present for cleave PvP setups, although cleaving an opponents will get harder when everyone starts to get their mages to level 125 Transcendence. He is still good for general use due to his vast arsenal of debuffing utility. He can inflict potent speed down debuff, mobility drain, AoE dispel and concentrated attack on his skill 2 for guaranteed critical rate. If you are starting the game, I would highly recommend to target to reroll for him at the selective banner. Rill is one of the game best incapacitate debuffer. He is a nice budget option for mono green PvP setup with his incapacitate and defense down debuff. His special has a decent chance of inflict AoE stun while his skill 2 can remove dispel 2 buffs and replace them with incapacitate upon a successful dispel. His skill 1 can extend any debuffs that he has applied. His combo attack has a decent chance of applying buff immunity debuff. Yul will become important when you are starting to transcend gears and your mages. So boosting Yul gains is important. Thankfully for global, the developers have dropped the amount of Yul you need to transcend your mages compared to the Japanese version. Similar to gear drop up boost, you can stack the Yul boost by pairing 2 or more such mages together. However, as Transcendence Pendant are limited resource, it is better to use them on other mages that offers more significant value rather than a quality of life upgrade. We can still get decent amount of Yul easily as long as you play the game regularly by hunting King Wolves and Monarch Wolves. You can also get 1.5 million Yul daily from the Arena Exchange Center. For the mages, you want to boost, you can probably consider either Rhea or Charlotte. Rhea is our favorite nuker mage for general endgame PvE raids. Getting him transcended will certainly help you to get him usable for PvE raids easier. Despite being a free unit, Charlotte is good for her awesome mark debuff utility. Killing any target marked with mark will allows the unit to gain an extra turn. Mark debuff utility is important to tackling hard mode wanted stages, monsters attack or capture King Wolves. Charlotte debuffs will play a vital role in ensuring you being able to do that easily. We have reached the miscellaneous group of mages that you can transcend. I have removed all Yul and gear drop boost mages from this list. Let's start off with the Mono Red and the Harmony units. I am placing the Harmony unit since Grey's best PvP team comp revolves around her, Black Asta, Witch Queen and Clover Academy Rill. If you have these 4 mages, you can consider to transcend all of them. However, do beware this variant of Mono 3 team comp will start to struggle when facing Black Divider Asta team comps. That is because Black Divider Asta has a unique mechanic that allows him to deal more damage with the higher defense stat that his opposition have. You might want to do partial transcendence instead of committing a max transcendence on them. Likewise, if you want to use the infamous Mono Red team comp of Black Asta, Witch Queen, Party Costume Charmy and Golden Dawn Yuno, you can consider partial transcendence on them instead of committing full investment. The upcoming array of units will have mechanics that counter mono team comps. There are units that gain fun mechanics like Clover Academy Asta who gain an extra turn upon using his skill 2. If you have given him strong gear and have Charlotte place her mark debuff, he can go on a rampage with abusing his extra turn mechanics. For that run to be done, Clover Academy Asta really needs to have a strong attack-oriented gear set. Despite that, there are signs of Black Asta is started to get displaced from the PvP meta with the upcoming future units. He is still a good option for Transcendence since he will be ever present for boss raids due to his easily abused anti-magic mechanic. If he is your strongest unit in your roster, generally it won't be a no-brainer not to invest in him. The Transcendence upgrade will make him tankier. Now let's cover on the other popular group of mages, Mono Green. I won't cover Party Mimosa and Ceremony Charlotte since I have cover on their greatness in the previous slide. Mirioliana is a worthy candidate for Transcendence since her burn counters are still great for counter Rainbow Team comps until the Rainbow Team comps have a dot immunity unit using Grey or Swimsuit Gauche or powerful healer like Party Mimosa or Witch Queen. She also offers the safest defense position against Julius due to her attribute advantage and able to tank Julius' ultimate attack easily. Hateful Fauna is the game's best AoE nuker for wanted stages and can perform decently in PvP once she gains her immortality buff with 5 stacks of hatred. Fate of Thread Vanessa is good, her invulnerability buff and total defense which can be paired with resolution to block debuffs opposition. She can also give defender mages an unique immortality buff in mono green setups. Ceremony Yami has upgraded mechanics that prevent his extra attacks from resetting upon using his special. This allows him to maintain his damage uptime and is good for world boss scores due to his passives of doing 30% more damage against defender oppositions. Clover Academy Mimosa will gain taunt immunity which helps a lot for her AoE healing utility. Despite being a PvE specialist, Party Kahano also become usable for PvP with her Transcendence. She can boost attack-based units' offensive power with her permanent opening aria buffs. She will probably last turn or so before she get killed though. Langris gains a SP Regan buff that allows him to spam his special easier, while Clover Academy Jack gains an extra turn on using his skill 2 to speed up the building of his miscalculation stacks. Despair Veto gets to apply his awesome enhanced taunt mechanic on a random target every time he get his turn. Enhanced taunt will allows him to restore 10% of his HP when gets attacked by the afflicted target. He could provide a surprise counter against Secret Agent Vanessa or debuff reliant mages since his enhancement boosts his defense capabilities by the amount of debuffs inflicted on him. We have reached the last batch mages before I end the video. I won't cover Julius here since I have covered him in the earlier slide. Let's start off with mages with minor upgrades. Swimsuit Ghosh is one of the 2 units in the game that offers dot immunity. With his Transcendence, he gets tankier and will be able to help the party to mitigate incoming damage easier. Party William gains additional passive healing when buff expired. However, he is still reliant on counter-attack team comp setups. No notable changes observed for both Ceremony Luck, Swimsuit Charmy, Party Costume Noel and Clover Academy Noel. Luck gets tankier for his counter-attack mechanic while Clover Academy Noel gets a bigger HP pool to boost her utility. She still needs her max enhancements to unlock her passive heals. As for Party Costume Noel and Swimsuit Charmy, they get a bigger HP to aid their nuisance as an unit on the battlefield. Party Nozzle might get his stock raised up when we get more poison-oriented units so we can abuse the enhanced dot mechanics. Kahano gets her taunt immunity which helps to support her role as healer. Now I shall talk on the blue units that gain significant upgrades with level 125 Transcendence. Clover Academy Charlotte gains her SP Regan buff which allows her to get access to her special for the awesome AoE counter-attack buff. Her skill 2 gives total defense which is very good in blocking debuffs when pairing with the resolution support talent passive. Other than being used in a mono blue setup, she can be deployed in a rainbow team comp due to her total defense buff to handle debuff heavy oppositions. Clover Academy Yami will gains a mobility buff at the start of the turn which allows him to act first so he can apply SP reduction while inflicting total silence. He can disrupt opponent's offense while dealing decent damage since he is an attacker class mage. Zoro will counters with -1 SP when he was getting attacked. This will complements his trap mechanics. Getting a 40k HP boost will also help a lot in ensuring him doesn't get squashed easily. With this, I have come to the end of the video. Hopefully the video has provided you with the necessary insights for you to make your decisions on which mage to prioritize. If you like the content, please do give it a like. Subscribe the channel for more Black Clover mobile content. Have a nice day. Bye.